What is good, y'all? Sean the SmooveGotGame, man. It's your boy SmooveGotGame back with another Detroit Tigers rebuild, man. And you can see the season's going fantastic for us. We got a 71% win percentage, 46 wins, 18 losses, and 10-game lead over the Chicago White Sox. So, I mean, this season's going way better than I could have ever imagined. Leave a like and subscribe if you are happy that how far we've been able to get Detroit in just 2 years. I mean, we haven't even really seen any of our draft picks kind of come up. Of course, we brought some young talent that was already here, as well as made a couple of band-aid piece moves in free agency that I'm hoping can work out for us in either trades or at least, just during their longevity here, so we have the available pieces ready to go ahead and take over for their spots and really make a long-term run and a serious run at that World Series. Because despite us having this good record, I do not believe that we're about to, be World Series champions or anything like that. But today we will be getting closer to the draft to get our second round of prospects in. And the first thing that we will be going ahead and doing is talking about some of our prospects. We're about to come into the draft, so we want to do a little checkup. 76 overall, Keith Clemens, who we drafted last year. He's progressed pretty nicely, +5 on his contact versus right, -2 for his power versus right, though, unfortunately. But he's been playing pretty good. And Spencer Torkelson as well, 68 overall, +2s on his contacts, +4 on his power right, -1 on his power left. So we'll be taking a little sneak preview into both their seasons. 345 average, 6 home runs, in first place for all-star voting for shortstops. I think it's a very easy end of the season, roster move to go ahead and get him up for September call-ups and really see what he can do. Spring training, he kind of struggled. Next year he will be back at spring training again. We'll see if it's a more long-term solution to get him over at shortstop. Now you can see him in the field here, though. He's a pretty good fielding shortstop as well. Got good arm, got good accuracy. Could be a very good upgrade for us over Javi Baez that we may look to, maybe trade in the offseason, or I don't know if his contract's up, either not bring him back or trade him in the offseason, one of the two, as long as he can continue to have a good season up at the major league roster. We can go ahead and look to make that replacement here, as you can see, after the base hit, getting a stolen base over to second. Thought about going to third just in case, because, I did see it poke away there, but not able to move up any farther from there. We got Spencer Torkelson at the plate. Hits a little line blooper over the shortstop's head right into his glove, so not going to be able to score around on this one. But yeah, that's the kind of current plans. I think that he comes up and makes a difference on the roster year 2 for sure. As one of our very first, he'll probably be our first drafted player to make a difference on the major league roster. So very much waiting to see what he can do and see if he impresses me the rest of the season. Obviously nowhere else to bring him up but the major league roster. And we come away this game with a L here to the Cubs, though, so not a very big game for him in that aspect. As you look here, Spencer Torkelson also went 0 for. Keith Clemens went 0 for. We were able to just get on base luckily and then get that stolen base too as well. Troy Milton, who's actually looked pretty good as a starting pitcher, struggled today, 4 innings, 3 earned runs. So that's another thing to keep our eyes out. The pitchers, when will they make their move up? Because we do have a couple of band-aid pieces and a couple guys that are still progressing. So we got to see how that's going. Now, in the next game, we go ahead and take a little focus on Spencer Torkelson. Batting 263, but the home run and power at least is there. And the fielding ability has to be there at first base. So we have to make sure he's feeling good to give us that kind of Miguel Cabrera, CJ Cron kind of feel. Especially if you're only going to hit 260, 250, and give me about 15 to 20 home runs. I need good defense. If you're not going to be my power bat, you're not going to be my contact bat. You better be able to at least field and do something correctly. As we get a little chopper on the ground over the shortstop. Winds it up, throws it over the first, and he's got him. We see another tie ball game here, though, as Spencer comes up with a runner at second base, 2 outs. Chance to be clutch here. Gets a screw curve right over the middle of the plate, and it'll get to the outfield. The throw is going to go ahead and come in to the plate, and they got him. Nice, strong throw there. I think that was Keith Clemens that was on base. Great throw from the left fielder, though. Stumbling, rumbling, and bumbling, as this was on a rope right to the catcher, right where it needed to be, and great tag in. And now we see a little bit of fielding work that he can do over at first base, which he will probably play a majority of. I go try to see if I can maybe make a play on that one, but I'm still able to get back to first base, get the out there, and we're in extra innings now. Top of the 11th. Game is still tied 3-3, and we got a familiar face, Vladimir Gutierrez. Big run in the Cincinnati Reds series. I'm telling y'all, go check that series out after you go ahead and watch this episode to get caught up on all my MLB The Show content. This is a base hit that gets into the outfield. We're going to try it again this time, sending him over to the plate. This time he will be in, and we're going to slide in safely to second base too as well. I think they just award me with a single on that one. But at least we're in the second base with the chance to go ahead and get this lead extended. This is a fly ball out. I couldn't see it in time, so not able to get back onto the bag as they do throw me out. But that would be more than enough for us to go ahead and finish this one out. We at least get the dub this time, 4-3. Once again, plans for him, I think maybe possible September call up, maybe a spring training invite to see if he's ready to come up next year. I just don't know if he is. He's only at a 68 overall. I'd love to at least see him get to 70. But if he performs good at the major league level, we'll bring it up and we will see if he can continue it. Ty Madden, good start. 6 innings, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. And here, I've been kind of disappointed with how Joey Wentz has looked this season. ERA at 7 through 16 games. And I'm really impressed with how Tyler Alexander's season is going. 0.66 whip, ERA just barely above 1. So I'm actually going to make the roster move to go ahead and bring Tyler Alexander up. We haven't used up a bunch of his options, so we can still sit him down if we need to. Same thing with Joey Wentz. So moving him down to AAA, moving Tyler Alexander up to the major league roster. I feel like that could help out our bullpen situation. He is a long reliever. He's got plenty of stamina at 69 to go, 3-4 innings if need be. And last year he had a 3 ERA, so he pitched pretty well at the major league level too as well. Now, quickly before we do go ahead and keep going, I want to take a look at some of Jason Shealy's numbers. 1 for 5 on the season, 36 earned runs through 53 innings, ERA above 6 and a whip at 1.7. Only 1 quality start through the starts this season. He's made 11 of them. And this is one of our prospects that has not been looking too good. Got me questioning the starting pitcher roles on the team. He only has B potential, but it's the higher of the 2 B potentials that we do have between him and Leo Franco. Just a lower overall, so we need him to play that much better. Swinging and misses. We had a quick 2-2 count there as Tony Pride was able to go in and down swinging. So I wanted to jump into this player lock game to see what kind of start we can get. See if I can get some answers. What is going on that's making his ERA be at this, 6.09? Why is it so high? Why is the whip at 1.7? Is he really a pitch to contact pitcher? Is he going to get strikeouts? So that's what we're looking to come in here and find out, as we only got 2 outs here. 3-1 count. Curveball does not get him to go as he kind of checked it off his shoulder a little bit. We'll walk down to first base though. And 16 pitches deep already into this ballgame. Another check swing here. They're going to say he didn't go around. So almost 20 pitches just to get through this first inning. We're still not done with it. 3-2 count here to Veras. Swing and a miss as we go ahead and get that strikeout nice and easily. And just like that, we go to the second inning. Still, above 20 pitches here and haven't even finished 2 complete innings of work. So I think I see why he's not at least pitching that long in games, like why the innings pitched are pretty low. But as far as pitch to contact, we've gotten a couple strikeouts here. We just see one there. And then here's a little dribbler on the ground that the shortstop dives for, throws over to first base. That's an amazing play. Who is that at shortstop? That's not Jace Jung. He's over at second. It is Luis Garcia. Numbers aren't too good except for defensively. He's only batting .228 this season. So I had to go double check though, see if this is someone that could potentially be coming up at 23 years old. He's at 60 overall. It looks like the offense leaving a lot to be desired. Even the vision down at 30, no good contact, no good power. So we'll have to see what's to be desired from him and if he's someone that ends up getting caught up or he's going to be just a AAA career guy. Now you see this fly out to the outfield. Great play there. As we're able to go ahead and keep this thing rolling. 2 outs. Nice check there. They go to get him on the curveball. It's another strikeout for Jason Shealy as we go down to the 4th inning. 42 pitches through. Getting another check swing strikeout on the slider. Stuff is looking pretty nasty today. He just might be on this game here as we get another strikeout upstairs on the 4-seamer. What is that now? 6 strikeouts on the make it. Oh, I was going to say make it 7. Nope, that just makes it a 1-2 count. As his stuff is looking pretty good here. He's lowered the pitch count. He's got a couple of quick innings under his belt. And as we go ahead and start the 6th inning off, that's a great line drive play by the third baseman. And he's able to go ahead and glove that one for the out here. Top of the 6th, still 1 out. Francisco up. First pitch he sees. Driven deep out into left field. Will get down in the gap and bump up against the wall. He's going to have to play that one off a couple of dribbles and throw into the cutoff man. He's going to go to third base. Throws into third. Got him out at third base. Great play from the defenders. From the left fielder to the cutoff man, which I think was Jace Jung, I think at second base, cutting that off and throwing that into third. And then we get a strike up to finish it all up. 6 strong innings of work. That's a quality start in my book. We are up 2-0-2 as we've given him a lead. And now we just got to hope he doesn't, relinquish it. I'm not the manager at this point. We're on player lock. So when he gets taken out, it's not up to me. But 74 pitches deep. He's starting to get tired. And we got a base runner on as this gets lined out. Anthony Wooden. With an even count here, 2-2. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Checks his swing on a curveball, but they go ahead and say he went around. That's out number 1. Now we just need a double play ball. Get out of here. Finish up 7 innings strong, and I could imagine he's probably not going to come out for an 8th. That energy is very, very low. Pitch count is getting up there as we get a fly ball. going out towards left center field, and we'll be gloved in. We'll go ahead and throw the ball in. That's 2 outs. Now we just need 1 out of any kind to go ahead and make this work. We got Reese Hines. Gets a sinker that catches too much of the plate. This is going to go deep back into left center field. At the warning track wall, it is gone. 2-run home run, and just like that, it is a tie ball game. We are not able to have, I mean, it's still a quality start, I guess, in the books. But now there's territory of no decision. And I don't even know if they'll keep him in after giving that up and being tired. Look at that. Reed Trimble is up. We are staying in 82 pitches deep. 1-1 count here. Lines us into the outfield. At this point, I would consider taking him out. Not consider, I would take him out at this point. But they're going to let me stay in. Maybe even try to get this dub still. As Jack Conley will come up. We get a slider in on the hands to work. Slider catching a little bit too much of the plate. And we get lucky he's early on it. Now we got an 0-2 count here. Try to get him to reach at that curveball. Didn't even offer because it wasn't even close. And now we got a 1-2. 2 outs. Curveball, right dead middle, but gets underneath it and goes to the right fielder. So that is 7 strong innings of work. At this point, you got to think that he's not coming back out for an 8th inning, as we don't get any offense on our side, and they're not going to bring him out. So we got to wait and see if we get this dub. They bring in Jack Anderson, who doesn't blow the lead. Come back on offense. We go 3 and out. Jack Anderson is still in. They bring in Drew Dodson, gives up a double, but is able to get out of it. So we will go 2 extra innings. Still nobody's scored yet. Working it out. There's a walk, another walk, and a base hit. And we walk out of here with the dub, man. The Seawolves not giving him an L. He is getting a no decision, but at least the team walks out of here with the dub. As Jason Shealy, actually player of the game, 7 innings, 8 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. Great game by him. You know, see a couple of 2-hit games here throughout. Steele Walker, 1 for 4 day. Keith, 2 for 5 day. We don't have our big arm, and Morris Jones, even he is still hurt. But great game by him. Great game by Drew Dodson. 1 in the 3rd, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Gets another win on the season. And just like that, we have had a phenomenal start to the episode. Looking at our prospects, and it's time to get even closer to draft day. As you can see, we want to get into the series against the Cubs. You know, suffered that loss to end our winning streak there. I think it was about 13 games, 14 game win streak. So we got to go ahead and try to start that up again. And what we have to do is quickly go ahead and take a look at our prospects at the major league level, because prospects don't just stop down there. We got to look at guys that have been doing good, that are kind of young on the upper squad. And we're going to start off with Akil Baddoo, batting .340 this season. Last year I thought he could have been an all-star. This year I'm for sure certain that he better be an all-star at least. Let's go ahead and start off this series with the Astros, who are 40-31. They're first in their division too as well. And it should be a good matchup to see how a playoff series could potentially go, as that is a line drive getting down in the outfield gap. That's right center. And it will go ahead and roll slowly up against the wall. We're going to go ahead and make that turn and go over to third base as the runner will score. And that's why you have 2 speed guys to lead off the lineup. Just like that, we were down 2-1. Akil Baddoo gets a nice RBI triple there, his 2nd triple of the season. And it's back to 2-1 now. Unfortunately, that didn't last very long. It's bottom of the 5th here. 1 out runner at first base. We are back down 8-2. Lance McCullers Jr. is back up at the plate. 0-1. Grounds this one. It's off the third baseman's glove. He's going to go ahead and pick it up. No throw, as that is just too much speed at first and second. No real options to make a play. And after a walk and pop out, we have bases loaded. 2 outs for Austin Meadows. Going out into right center field, but it will be gloved. No runs coming out of that bases loaded opportunity. And we go bottom of the 7th now. Akil Baddoo, 2 for 3 on the day. Still looking very strong. I think he's like for sure guaranteed this spot as, you know, the everyday left fielder. This is why I'm not looking outfield in this year's draft, because I feel like that is very well taken care of, as he beats out that base hit between him, Riley Green, and as of right now, Matt Verlin, even though he has been cold. But we also have Morris Jones on the rise, who could take the spot. Kerry Carpenter has looked good coming off the bench and looked good in his spot starts. So who knows? Now we go bottom of the 9th, 3 for 4, a triple and 2 singles with 1 out, runner at first, and a chance to keep this rally going. Maybe, just maybe, we can make something happen here in the 9th inning. That's going to be a fly ball that goes about middle of the outfield, gloved in. And unfortunately, weren't able to put in any work there with Akil Baddoo. We walk out of this first game with an L here. 9-2 loss. Brent Sutter was able to go ahead and close that thing out. But we were not able to go ahead and make anything happen towards getting a win, as the Astros are looking pretty strong. Matt Manning, a rare bad start. 3 2/3 innings of work. I think they acquitted 8 earned runs to him. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. ERA still at 2.2 though. Even with that bad of a start, that's how good his ERA was. Still at 2.2, which is good on top of the league. You see Tyler Alexander there, 3 1/3 innings of work, and how's he getting over earned run in this one, but is at a 1.35 for the season. And speaking of outfield and how good we are, we're going to go ahead and go to outfield prospect number 2. One of our only 8 potentials that were on the roster originally, Riley Green. So far this season, he's hitting over 300 as well, 10 home runs, 25 ribbies at the 8 and 2 spot in the lineups, depending on if we're righty or lefty. But here today, runners in scoring position, he's at 137 batting average. Looking to change that with 2 outs. Runner at third. Not swinging like that, you not. 1-0 on the slider. He swung way too early on that one. Now makes it 1-1. Gets another slider, or actually 12-6, in a good spot to hit, but unfortunately got underneath it. That'll be popped up and not able to do anything with it. Now we skip ahead to the bottom of the 7th here as he's looking pretty strong. We're still up or down 5-2, but that base hit could go a long way. Leadoff base hit here in the bottom of the 7th. Now I don't know if he's necessarily got enough speed for me to steal, so after a walk and a pop out, we're able to get to second base finally, and this will go ahead and go out to left field. I'm going to go ahead and test the arm. No, I'm going to go ahead and go back. I just want to see if he can get a little error there. See if I can force him to throw it quick, get scared. Maybe throw it out into the dugout or something so we can move up. But unfortunately, not going anywhere after we get to second base. And here, base is loaded. Still down 6-2. Jose Cenero is up. No outs yet. So even if this does come to me, we'll get 1 guaranteed out. But this is definitely going to be a sac fly. I don't think anybody's throwing this out unless you're Ichiro Suzuki. As we will just go ahead and throw this into the cutoff man. Runners will move up. And just like that, it is 7-2 as well. As we are not looking good in this game. And it only gets worse here. 8-2, now 11-2. And by accident, here I accidentally skipped one of Riley Green's at-bats. He does end up hitting a 2-run home run here after that walk, making it a 12-5 ball game. So the only highlight we ended up missing was probably one of the most important ones, but it is what it is. He gets another home run to add on to his 10 for the season, number 11. And unfortunately, we're down 0-2 this series, so not going to be able to win this series. And this Astros team is looking like they are whooping us. As I told you, this isn't a serious year for a World Series run, but it is a good step in that direction as we could very easily wrap up this division soon and at least be in the postseason. Riley Green, you see 11th home run. CJ Cronin is 12th. Casey Mize, another bad start. He's been pretty inconsistent as well. 3 2/3, 5 earned, 3.7 ERA though. Jordan Hicks, 3 1/3 innings of work, 5 strikeouts. He's looked very good as his ERA is below 2. And we'll go ahead and go to scouting week 12 of 14. So only 3 more chances to scout before we get to the draft. We're looking at guys like Kenji Mori. Could this be a middle of the round draft pick? Possibly. Solid first baseman with good contact. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about him though, but maybe in that 70 range. Javier Fuentes at first base too as well though. Good contact. Vision's okay. Defense is okay. 39th on the board, and we have pick 41. So maybe if he slips back, it's a possibility. We have 2 picks in the second round, 1 in the third. That's going to be right behind that second pick in the second round. So both of those guys are still, eyes on the prize. Now you can see we're looking through our recently scouted though. We did look at a big mass group of first basemen, trying to see if we can go ahead and make anything work with any of these guys. Cho Chin, not really impressed by any of his stats, even though the potential is there. I don't see anything from the stats underneath it to say that the potential is going to be at an A or B. To me, it's going to be a C at best. So looking for new guys to scout this week. It's coming down to the nitty gritty. We need to make sure we're at least hitting that number 1 pick. And right now, it's not looking like there's a whole lot of options in the field. You got Gerald Russ here, though. Good contact, good vision, good defense. So I want to go ahead and make sure I'm taking care of him with one of our best scouts. That'll give me, about 50% of his report done. And then I'm looking, the top guys on the MLB board and even on the team board are starting pitchers. I don't feel like we need any this year. I feel like we did get 2 good B potentials, but if we can get an A, there's a chance for it. And if they got areas of good structure, like here, Buster Keenan, very, very good pitcher. He's number 1 on the MLB board, number 1 on our board. I don't know if I'll be able to get him at 3, but if he's there, even without scouting him, I think even if he's there, I might take him. Like, that's how good those numbers look. And that's how much I'm going to trust in Fred Malone here. 65-99 on his potential. Kind of like some of his stuff, so I at least like to know more information about that. So I go ahead and scout the starting pitchers in the West and Central to get a group mass opinion on some of those guys, because that's where a lot of the top guys were from, either the West or Central regions. Now, you see, tied for 4th in the American League in home runs, Jonathan Scope has looked very good this year. 18 home runs, 50 RBIs, only batting .247 though, so not really hitting for a good average. But the power is definitely there. He's leading the team right now and closing in on a 20 home run season. I think he probably caps out maybe about 25, 30 in that range. I'm not saying he's going to hit 30, but I think he can and will hit more than 25. Now, whether he'll be an all-star will be something else to be desired, but right now, an early chance to get another RBI in with 1 out. Perfect swing here as that is a long drive deep out to left field, and it is gone. Quickly making it 2-0 just that quick, as that is home run number 19 on the year, 412 feet, as we had a runner at third base with only 1 out. And just like that, we take our first lead, I think, of the series, honestly, as we're trying not to get swept here at home. And with that being said, we're going to continue forward with his at-bats here. Bottom of the 5th. He did get out in the second at-bat, trying to make sure that this is a good game here. We're up 5-2, though, still, as that is a perfectly timed up swing. Gets a line drive out into the outfield. It'll rumble up against the wall. We're going to go and take that opportunity to go ahead and go into second base. Not get too greedy and stretch it for 3, but nice double there with 1 out. And after a quick strikeout, Austin Meadows, 3-2, lines this one deep out to right field, right to him, though, as it'll be gloved and taken down. Jonathan Scope, 2 for 4, home run, a double, and 2 RBIs. Has a chance to even extend this lead further. We're up 8-4 now. Runners at first and second, though. We could use another home run. Like in that first at bat, gets a slider up in the zone. Can it bloop down for me? It will get down. Runner's going to go over to third base. We're going to score, but they're going to get him out at second. I thought they would throw it home, but we were at least able to get the RBI, go up 9-4. Now, this is where things get scary. Alex Lange is in the game. 2 outs. Runners are at second and third. We just need 1 more out. It's a full count. This will be on the ground, diving, but not going to be able to get to it. As now the game is 9-6. Throw will go to the plate, up the line and not in time, 9-7. And I was trying to quickly figure out a way to make it a full game, like take off the player lock. I guess I couldn't do that while I was in the fielding mode, but we ended up going and coming with this with a victory. It almost got very scared. I think we put in Anderson Espinosa to end that one out, and he gave up another base runner, which kind of scared me. But we were at least able to go ahead and get out of this game, win it 9-7. And walk out of Detroit at least with a victory. You see the fans are going up. They're not used to us winning like this. Tariq Skubal gets win number 9 on the season. Lange 23rd save, so we didn't put him in, actually. My fault. Lange does go ahead and close this one out. As Akil Badu, 8th home run. We saw Jonathan's 19th, and CJ Cron hit his 13th of the game. But Tariq Skubal, that's what it was. Anderson Espinosa came in first. Was responsible for the 3 earned runs, and Lange had to come in and clean up. Now, of course, his hit allowed 2 of those 3 to come in. But it's all good. So you can see here, Gerald Rust, though, as we go back for scouting, week number 13, is now 22 on our board. Slipped back a little bit, 12 over the overall MLB board, 70 to 92 potential, though, at 18 years old. Right-handed batter, extreme pull, good contact, good vision, good defense. I think he could be on the table to maybe take him at number 1. I don't know if he definitely probably is slipping to number 41. But we got to definitely figure out what we're going to do with this pick. And it's looking like we might have to go, honestly, and I'm giving into it, we might have to go with a starting pitcher with that first spot. There's a lot of guys that are high up on our boards for both us and the MLB board. As starting pitchers, you see all the non-ranked. Trying to see if anybody cracked into the list, but Fred Mahone, 6 on ours, 15th overall. Good walk per 9. The strike per 9 is okay, and home run per 9 is okay. Hits per 9 is pretty low, so I don't know if I'm really focusing in on him. But a potential at 98 still is intriguing. Alfredo Torres is also another person, though. Got hits per 9, strikeout per 9, walk per 9, and homer per 9 actually in solid areas. So a little bit more cautious of him and maybe seeing what he can do. So we'll kind of go ahead and go with the similar set here. Starting pitchers in the central to get more information. And then I want to go relievers too as well, because those can always be late round pickups to kind of help bolster that bullpen. And you can never have too many relievers. So to get us kind of getting forward into the draft, we're going to go ahead and start hitting a couple of critical situations. We were back with our dude, Jonathan Scope. Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, and his ball game is tied 5-5. Davis Martin is in, throwing his first pitch to Jonathan, and this is a line base hit into the outfield. We're going to try to close out this game against the White Sox. I mean, this is a very important series. They're number 2 in the division right behind us. CJ Cron will watch that 4-seamer low. Not going to do anything with it. Gets it in on the hands, though. Can this one fall? It will get down for a base hit. Alfred is going to go ahead and grab it. He's going to throw off to the cutoff man, who will throw it to second base, and they will get CJ Cron just barely in time. So unfortunately, that was in the inning. I got a little bit too aggressive there. We're going to hand things off to Alex Lange. He's going to come in, or he was already in, I should say. And he'll go ahead and get this 10th inning as we throw over to Cron. Nice little grounder, though, to not move the runner up at all. So with 1 out, Seria Zavala We'll go ahead and have to relearn how to pronounce his name as he walks back to the dugout with a nice strikeout. Gavin Sheets up next. As that four-seamer coming high and tight, we just need one more out to get it to our guys in the bottom half. But he's being patient. He'll go ahead and take his walk over to first base. Have runners at first and second. I don't need that mid-season meltdown from Lange again, so I need him to come in and be clutch. It's Ketel Marte, 2 for 3 on the day. With a 1-1 count, drops this over to Scope, who will throw over to first base. And it will be bobbled. Error this time. And that, I think error went to our third baseman, too, for a bad throw. So I go ahead and go to my bullpen. Yamisi Garcia. Lange was getting a little bit tired. And this was somebody I felt like I could at least trust, even though I know that ERA is high. He's only pitched 21 innings. I feel like he's a little bit more trustworthy than that 4 ERA would show. And at least right now, I'm hoping he proves himself right. 187 average with runners in scoring position for Tim Anderson. He's got bases juiced with 2 outs right now. 1-1. Flies this one out to Green, who will range in and glove it. Great work from Yamisi Garcia. And now it's up to us to go ahead and make this thing shake. Austin Meadows, bottom of the 10th. Runner at second base. And I was trying to do it before the pitch, but I didn't get to it in time. I wanted to make a substitution to make sure we had somebody a little bit faster than 19 speed CJ Cronin in the outfield in case it was like just a hard hit or roller up the middle. And the fastest option I have right now is Cesar Hernandez, actually, with his 70 speed. So we go to get Cesar Hernandez out there with 2 strikes already. We go ahead and, just make that move mid at bat. And maybe it was for the best here. Is Austin Meadows 2 for 4 on the day. Facing off against Davis Martin with an 0-2 count. Well, I got y'all, didn't y'all? Y'all thought he was about to hit that, right? Four-seamer low, chops it foul. 0-2 again. And he gets a curveball that he lines down the line. That'll be fair and clearly enough time. I think I could even left CJ Cronin for that one, as it'll be a walk-off RBI base hit. Cesar Hernandez comes all the way around to score, and your Detroit Tigers walk out of their own home stadium with Game 1 victory against the Chicago White Sox to further extend that lead against them. Austin Meadows player of the game, though, for the 3 for 5 performance, as he did hit the walk-off home run or walk-off hit with 2 RBIs on the day, 2 of the 4 that we needed. The other 2 going to Riley Green for 33 on the season. But great start from Matt Manning, 5 in the third, 4 on runs. It's not too bad, but 6 strikeouts, keeping the ERA below 3. Jordan Hicks blew the save, though, giving that one up and giving them a chance. So we'll go ahead and Eric De La Rosa will be back from injury, place him on the bench in a critical situation in game number 2 as well, as Akil Baddoo has 11-game hitting streak. We got to find some way to go ahead and extend this for him. He's 0 for 3 on the day, a 1-2 count here to Garrett with 1 out runner at first. And this would be a great time to get the hit. We are down 3-1 right now. We don't want to lose this game in the series if we don't have to. And 2 back-to-back looked at pitches as we are in a full count. Jonathan Scope is on the on-deck circle. I'm fine with him coming up with 2 guys on and 1 out. That could very well be the winning run that we need, as this is flew out deep into left field, right into the seats. We're going to watch that 4-seam off the plate. So hitting streak won't get to advance, but at least we have runners at first and second. 1 out. I was so proud of Jonathan, but he swings and misses through over the top. And now we got 1-2 for CJ Crone as well, as they bring in John Barberia. And he gets him on the circle change for the strikeout, man. We go top of the 9th here to keep things moving, as Ronaldo Lopez is in the ball game right now, looking to make an impact. He came in, and I guess it looks like at the end of last inning to get an out there. So he's already 2 pitches into it. Gets a clean strikeout here to go and start things off with Tim Anderson. We got Jose Iglesias up next. 1-2. Pops this one up. Catcher will go ahead and range in. Eric Haas and take this himself for out number 2. 1 more out, and we'll at least give it to our bats to go ahead and try to extend things off here, as Lewis Robert Jr. is up. Gets a full count as he watches that pitch off the plate. Tries to check it there. He does. He'll go ahead and walk over to first base. We got Elroy Jimenez. Base hit up the middle. Burling's going to come in and at least stop the runner from going to third base. But now we got runners at first and second. 2 outs. They're looking to try to extend this lead a little bit, as we got Gavin Sheets up next. 2 for 3, 0-2. Chops his bat, breaks it. Eric Haas fields it, fair territory, and throws him out at first base. Not letting it get foul, but Liam Hendricks, the White Sox closer, 2-time reliever of the year in 2020 and 2021, will be coming to this ball game. 17 saves in his last 20 opportunities, and a 3.05 ERA. So I'm feeling pretty strong, especially because he's struggling against lefties. So we go ahead and bring Austin Meadows to face him first. Getting underneath that 4-seamer, though, unfortunately, 2 for 3 on the day. I could use another base hit as this dribbles over to second base for the out to help lower that left-handed batting average, at least for him. And next up will be Javi Baez. Watching that knuckle curve high, not able to do anything with it, as Liam Hendricks is looking We chop this one on the ground. Great dive by the second baseman. He'll pick it up. Throw goes over to first base, but it pulls him off as well as I think he was behind it anyway, as they do go ahead and award him with a base hit on that one. So next will be Eric Haas. 1 out, runner at first base, and a chance to be a hero and at least tie up this ball game or get on base so that somebody else can win the ball game. Liam Hendricks eyeing down the target, looking to go ahead and try to get a strikeout here. This would be best for him, but throws a curveball right down the middle that we perfectly time up deep out in the center field. It is gone. 2-run shot for Eric Haas. Haven't seen it too much this season, as that is only home run number 6 for him, but it's 431 feet, and it just tied this ball game with the White Sox. Great power there, great display of effort, and because of that, him and Baez are rounding the plates, and we got at least a tie ball game with still 8 and 9 to come up. Now, normally you'd be a little bit afraid of 8 and 9 coming up, but our 8 and 9s are extraordinary. I make sure that. It's Riley Green starting us off here. 0 for 3 on the day, but a 2-2 count, looking to make something magical happens. Gets frozen, a 4-seamer. My fella, go warm up while you watch that go past. Colton Wong up next. Chops this one on the ground. It will be a base hit, though. So at least get back to the top of the order. 2 outs. And they finally go ahead and get Hendricks out of there. They get Kyle Tyler in there, who I think actually used to be on the Detroit Tigers. I think that's who I traded for him for on my Red Series. So he used to be a former member of us. I wish they had kept him because he's not that bad of a starting pitcher, but they're going for the long game here, as they asked me if I want to go ahead and go to a substitution for Wong. And I'm looking at the speed. I'm like, all right, 34, just in case we're able to get something nice. And he can play second base anyway, too. It might be a chance to get Cesar Hernandez in once again and get the top of our lineup with some speed. So I go ahead and get him out there at second base. Matt Verling, 2 outs. Runner at first, bottom of the 9th. 0-1 count. He chops this one over to shortstop. They go with the easy play to second. And just like that, we'll have to go to extra innings. And Ronaldo Lopez still on the mound, still looking great as that slider gets him swinging and missing. 1-2 here to Jake Berger. Can we get him swinging and missing too? Yes, we can. Slider right down the middle. Can touch it. Now we got a 2-2 count here to Sebia Zavala. Swinging and miss at the 4-seamer up top. Eye level, but he couldn't see it. As we go ahead and move things to the bottom of the 10th. Extra runner at second base, so a chance to walk this off for Akil Baddoo. 0 for 3, a lot of speed out there too. In case we want to do something maybe small ballish, maybe a little drag bunt, hit and run. All possibilities with that 333 average runner scoring position, though. I think I'm going to trust the bat of Akil Baddoo, who's been hitting good in all situations. That is a changeup left up in the zone. That's going to go deep back. We're holding the runner just in case, but it will bounce down and go over the wall. Game-winning automatic double to go ahead and give your Detroit Tigers a 2-0 series lead, as that boy Akil Baddoo does it again. He is way too clutch. Take your photo, gentlemen, and let's go ahead and get this victory and walk up out of here. And player of the game after that, of course, Javi Baez, 3 for 4, a double and 2 singles. You see Ronaldo Lopez going 2 2/3 to get that victory, but we're able to go ahead and walk that thing off, winning in extra innings. 10 hits as a team, only 4 runs to show for. We got to do better from that. We got to clean up those errors too, 2 of those on our side. But great home run there from Eric Haas to go ahead and even put us in that position. And of course, before that, he had the only RBI up to that point. Casey Mize, a great start, just wasn't enough to get the victory this time. 6 1/3, only 1 earned run, 2 runs total though. And that leads us into our full game matchup of the day. I told you this is going to be a big series. We're batting .333, giving up 7 earned runs in this series. But this is the team that is number 2. So the more wins we get here, the closer we are to wrapping up this division in the AL Central. So we want to go ahead and take care of the White Sox. We won game 1, 6-5. And game 2, 4-3. We'll be looking at a full game lineup here this time around to go ahead and try to do the same exact thing. And on the mound for us today will be our ace, Tariq Skubal. 16 starts, 9-3 record. ERA at 2.73. Another phenomenal season for him. 95 innings, 73 strikeouts. So we would love a little bit more on that aspect, but a 1.3 whip I will take. And we'll go ahead and get things started off with Jose Iglesias. Chopping this over the ground to Scope, who will make a jump throw from third base. He thought he was Alex Rodriguez. Or should I say Derek Jeter. Both of them, because the great fielding play right there as we go and get things kicked off with that and a strikeout. 2 quick outs, and Lewis Robert Jr. batting .309 on the season. But for right now, he will go ahead and chop this one into the outfield as a base hit. Thought we was going to be able to go 1, 2, 3 to start out the ball game. But first pitch he sees, he takes opposite field, right past the first baseman. So I have to go to Eloy Jimenez, who will ground us over to Wong. Makes the easy play. And just like that, we're out of it. So for us, we'll have to face off against Jose Quintana. He's at 15 starts this season, 2.3 ERA as well, 1.26 whip. So looking just as strong as our ace, so he's most likely theirs as well. And he starts us off with a strikeout of his own. Matt Verlin going to go have to turn around and sit down. Riley Green will be up next, in the first pitch he sees, he lines a curveball just past the third baseman, not able to make the same defensive effort as us. As we get a base hit and a runner on for ourselves, that throw sails past the cutoff man. If we had second base ready to pick that up, Jonathan Scope up next. Gets a four-seamer that he lines up. Great play by the shortstop. Second baseman comes and picks it up and throws it back to the shortstop. I had to include that one. That was an amazing play. He dove, knocked it down. Second baseman grabbed it, threw it back to the shortstop after he got up. You see some of the league leaders here in ERA. You see Quintana's number 3 there with the 2.37 with Matt Manning. Actually in the top 5, 2.57 as well. And that's only with a couple of bad starts here recently. He probably was number 1 for a good minute over the course of the season as one of the only people under 2 before the recent bad starts. Now here with runners at first and second, CJ Cron flies into the infamous infield fly rule. And we've got 2 quick outs, runners at first and second, and Eric Costas up with an 0-2 count. Gets a four-seamer off the plate that he just slides into shallow center field, which will be gloved for the play. And unfortunately not able to show any runs across for the Detroit offense. Now we go back to Tariq, scoop ball, looking to make things strong. Already got the first 2 outs in the inning. Gives up a little base hit, kind of same thing as the first. Not too worried here as we got Jake Berger up next. 2-2 count. Let's go ahead and get him down here. Watches that four-seamer low. Gets called a ball. They got Jake and Nachia in the on-deck circle batting. Over 300 this season as a 9-hitter. That's just like us with Tyler Stevenson. So it pays to have a 9-hitter that can actually give you some hits because it circles back to the top of the lineup so easily. As that is a fly ball that goes deep out in left field. You see the Wi-Fi is gone, and so is that ball. 2-run home run to give them an early lead here. I blame it on the Wi-Fi losing connection as Jake Berger just lost connection with that baseball, getting it up out of this park. 8th home run of the season. Great work there to go ahead and give his team the 2-0 lead. And just like that's going to be up to our offense, which can and has been able to battle back from just that little bit of a score. And it will start with Akil Baddoo getting a perfectly timed up four-seamer right in the right field for a base hit. Getting a little bit of speed. Remember, I told you it depends on the lineup. So lefty lineup, Akil Baddoo is now hitting at the 6th spot, basically just switching with Riley Green as their contacts just kind of work out in that favor. Now you see why both them boys both hitting over 300 too. Playing to their favors and their strengths can do a lot of wonders. As you see here, also league leaders in wins. Matt Manning is in first place by himself with 11. But Quintana can easily join him there if he's able to get a win here today because he's tied for second with 10. And you see Scooball there tied for, I think that was 4th place with 9. Right now we got first and second, though. A great chance to tie this ball game back up for Austin Meadows. At the 8th spot, chops us on the ground just past third base again. We had Akil Baddoo over there at second, so he's going to go ahead and run across to home. Throw going to third base, and we're able to go ahead and get at least one of those runs back. Still no outs. Colton Wong batting .290 on the season. Looking like he's going to do something. Here's us over to first base, quickly to shortstop and back to him. Just like that, double play. Not what you wanted to have happen. You had a great chance to score some more runs, and now Matt Verling will have to come up and make something happen and be clutch for once this season. Man, 244, we would love to see that go higher. It just won't be happening in this at bat as that is a fly ball out. So right now the team is looking okay. Not a huge deficit to overcome. We're down 2-1. Great strikeout there from Tariq Scooball. 3-2 count here to Ketel Marte with 1 out. Gets him to check his swing. They're going to say he did not go around, though, today. Even though it looked like he fully went around to me. And we got Lewis Robert Jr. with the runner on. He's going to steal off for second base, but he don't even have to. That is a deep ball in the left center field. I think that's going past the bullpen because it's out of here. Another 2-run home run. Lewis is 15th on the season. And that one was hit so hard it went over the bullpen. As maybe Tariq just don't have his stuff today. 4-1 ball game. Now it's really up to slowing down this offense, though, Eloy Jimenez, and trying to see how much we can get out of Tariq Scooball here today. He's already at 45 pitches, so pitch count is pretty high. We would love a couple of quick outs. And full counts definitely ain't going to do that as we have a 3-2 here with 1 out. Gets him to swing, though, at the four-seamer down at the feet. I love it. 0-2 here to Gavin Sheets. Can we go ahead and just get another quick strikeout, please, to get out of here? This will be on the ground. Baez will dive for it, knock it down. Not going to have enough time, though, to make the play at first base. Another base runner will get on. We still have 2 outs. Still have a good chance here as they go to award that with a base hit to go to get out of here without anything else to it. Andrew Vaughn, this will go into foul territory. Can Green pick it up? He will get it before it gets to the seats. We skip ahead to the 5th as 4th inning is pretty uneventful. We're trying to see if Tariq can go ahead and settle down and at least give me 5 innings of work here. That's going to be a blooper right in front of Green for a base hit to lead off the inning for Jose Iglesias. We're up at the top of the lineup now. Ketel Marte 0 for 1 on the day. Watches that 4-seamer in on the hands. Chops one over to Scope, who will grab it. Throw it over to second, even though it looks like they were stealing. They did. I didn't even notice it, but they were actually doing a hit and run there, so we didn't get the double play like we wanted to. But at least we were able to throw over to first in time to get 1. And then a base hit right after puts runners at the corners with 1 out. Eloy, a chance to hit into a double play. And, of course, we walk him, and Screwball's getting tired at this point. 76 pitches through, bases loaded for Sheets, and he hits him on the back of the kneecap, bringing home a run. And it is 5-1. You see the pitchers getting tired thing coming up. We do have somebody in the bullpen. It's Tyler Alexander warming up. We just got to make sure he's actually fully warm before we bring him in. So we just need you to get, can you give me 1 more out, 2 more outs? Andrew Vaughn, bases loaded, 1 out. Flies this one deep, but dude's going to have to go back for it. Can he get there? He will not get there, and it'll bounce over and go over the wall. That's a 2 RBI automatic double. And just like that, this game is ballooned from 4-1 to 7-1. We're going to bring in Tyler Alexander, 4 games. 12 2/3 is being up here, a 2.84 ERA. Only 5 strikeouts and hitting pretty well against both sides. He's blown his only save opportunity and his 0-1 this season, but we're looking for him to come in. Let's put in solid work. Get into as deep as this ball game as you can. We've only got 1 out here in the 5th, so a long way to go. And the first pitch he throws is a long way to go. 3-run home run as that one was into the bullpen this time. Gene Brown's first career MLB home run came right now. Right now, out of all times, you decided to hit your first ever career home run today. At that time, with 2 people already on base. Yeah, okay. And now we got to look to make up for that, man. We got to give me some outs here to show that you can at least pitch good and get us out of everything that we've been into so far. As Jake Berger grounds it over to shortstop for the easy out there. And now 2-0 count here to Jake. And Chia grounds us over to Scope, who will glove this one. Nice, easy throw. Skip over to first base. We've gone through 5. Pretty good. We skip ahead to the top of the 7th. Still not much offense coming from us. But the defense, not playing terrible. It's just the pitching itself. So we are still down 10-1 here. 1 out after that ground ball out. Gavin Sheets chops us on the ground over to Wong, who will glove it. Throw goes over quickly. And Tyler Alexander looking pretty good. 24 pitches. I think he's officially up to like 2 1/3 now. As that is a deep fly ball heading back. Only question is it going to hit the bullpen? It will not. It is long gone. Andrew Vaughn's 15th home run of the season. Only 393 feet, but it cleared the bullpen. As it also just cleared my spirits out and any hope that we have to win this game. Not to say it's over before it's over, but we in the top of the 7th, 2 outs, meaning that we only have 9 more outs to go to make something happen, and our bats have been looking cold all game. As we go ahead and now get a pitching change from the White Sox, Sean Armstrong is going to come in and replace the starter, as they feel like he ran his course, did everything that he could do. 24 games this season, a 3.65 ERA, and lefties are absolutely mashing against him. Good against righties, though, so the first thing he will see is Matt Verling. 0 for 3 on the day, make it 0 for 4 as this grounds over to first base, and he chops over to the bag. Next, we have Riley Green with only 5 outs left in this ball game. It's a 4-seamer right down the middle, unfortunately right to a glove. And now we're down to our final 4 outs. Jonathan Scope, you're up next. 2 for 3 on the day. Can you go ahead and start a 2-out rally? Maybe you can, as that will get down into the outfield. Right center field is going to go up against the wall pretty slowly. Do we try for third on this? Why not? Let's get aggressive here. He gets off to the cutoff man. Throw goes over to third base. It's right on the rope, and he got him. Try to get too aggressive. Maybe we didn't need to be being down this much. I felt like I had to be. And we go ahead in the top of the 9th and bring in Anderson Espinoza. Tyler Alexander did a great job in his work there. We just go ahead and bring in a fresh arm as he was getting tired and get a chance to lower Anderson Espinoza's ERA as it is at 4.85. And he will face off against 3, 4, and 5. And the first thing he does is come out and throw 3 straight balls and then finally gets a strike called over. to go ahead and put himself in a situation to walk Luis Robert. Eloy Jimenez up next. He's 0 for 3 on the days, though, so a good chance to get a double play or a strikeout with 1-2 count, and that four-seamer gets by him. Great pitch. Gavin Sheets up next, 0 for 2. Chops this one on the ground. This is over the scope, and I forget that there's only one out, so I don't go to second for the double play. That is my bad. Don't blame that on the defense. 3-0 count here. We just go ahead and choose to walk him instead of trying to concede another home run because we've seen too many today. We got Gene Brown. First pitch he sees. Watch that four-seamer over the plate. We do have runners at first and second. 2 outs. Espinoza gets a slider over the middle. And can he go ahead and work this strikeout here to go ahead and get us to our bats? And he will. Gene Brown will have to turn around and sit down as we got 4, 5, and 6 coming through. And CJ Cron is dead for the day. 0 for 3. Has not seen a hit yet. And the first pitch that he gets off Sean Armstrong will be a bloop base hit right in front of the left fielder. Not able to stick his arm out and catch that one. We got a chance here to win it. Eric Haas. He will come up with a runner on. 2-1 count. So great hitters count will give him the green light. And this will be a ball down into the left field gap. And it will bounce over for an automatic double. His 8th of the season. And we go ahead and bring things to Akil Baddoo, the clutchest hitter on the team. And he gets a nice little base hit into the outfield. This will at least bring home 2. And this is another slow roller out there to the outfield wall. He'll bump up against it. This time we're going to be aggressive again. Going to third base. The cutoff throw this time is not in time. And just like that, it's 11-3. Still no outs in the inning. I've produced before. I think the biggest inning we've seen these Tigers get is 8 runs in 1 inning. It's going to take a little bit more than that. But this sac fly will help at least bring the runs across. But put us down in the hole with only 2 more outs to give. And we're at 11-4 game as they go ahead and bring in Danielson Lamet to go ahead and try to close this one out. Austin Meadows will be the first person he sees. 1 for 2 on the day and looking to keep this rally going. 1 out, nobody on, so you got to restart yourself with a 1-2 count. Pops this one up over to third base. And just like that, we're down to our final out. Colton Wong, it is in your hands with an 0-1 count. Gets a four-seamer right over the plate. Pops this one deep out to right field. It is gone. Colton Wong hasn't been hitting good all day and then hits his 5th homer of the season. Nice little line drive. Possibly could have been caught if he jumped, but it is out of the ballpark and it gives us at least a little bit less of a deficit with now 11-5 ball game. And now we go back to the top of our order with a chance maybe to start a 2-out rally here with Matt Verling, and it's not going to happen when you swinging stuff like that. 1-2. You got to know this isn't going to be anywhere near the strike zone, and of course it's in on the hands trying to get the little blue. It will not drop as the White Sox go ahead and glove that one, man, and they avoid the sweep. Go ahead and take us down in game 3. A lot of offense came from them. I don't know where it all of a sudden came from and exploded from, but they were able to go and put together a nice little game there, and things worked out in their favor. They go ahead and get this win. Jose gets his 11th win of the season to tie for first place. Three ball, 9-4 now. No save opportunity for either side, but 11 runs off 10 hits. We were really giving up a lot of walks and hit by pitches. So that was on our pitching there this whole game entirely. But offensively, we got to get some more runs. There's no reason we should have 12 hits and only 5 runs. We left a lot of guys on base here tonight. But bullpen did good. At least it's only the right spot. Offense, I mean, under normal circumstances, 5 runs would be enough. And I would have pitched better with Therese, but he gave up too many runs. So we'll go ahead and try to get through the rest of the month of June as we start the series here against with the Rockies. Luis Garcia will go down with an injury a couple of days. We get a win there, and it's back to scouting here. As Gerald Russ now 95% is dropped all the way back to 27 on our board. Extreme pull hitter. Contact still looking okay. Vision's looking all right. Defense okay. Probably going to be like a B potential prospect. So maybe not somebody that I could even have the opportunity or position to take, seeing as he's 20 on the boards. But if he falls back to 41, maybe. Give me something to think about. Now starting pitchers, they're giving me something to think about too. Strikeout per 9 pretty low here for Isaiah, so I'm not really sure if I'm feeling it, as well as the home run per 9 being low. We got Alfredo Torres here, 98 potential, possibly. Strikeouts is looking a lot better. Hits and home runs are looking good. Walks is looking good. I love the stuff here. Pitch velocity is low, but as long as the other stuff is good, and you gonna be striking out, so that's just gonna show me that the break and control gotta develop pretty well. Joel Merrillville too as a starter. He's looking good also in this walks and home run department. Strikeouts a little bit less, hits less, but velo is up there. 93 to 98 coming into the league. I didn't see that till the post commentary. That's gonna be some good velo. Isaiah Sexton, also as a shortstop candidate, good defense, good speed, contact will be okay. Could be a player that we could potentially look at too. And it says from non-ranked to 75th on the board. So I definitely, with the last week of scouting, I just want to go ahead and get some more information on him. We'll get at least 50% as long as we go ahead and put the right scout on him. Darrell Cullen, with all that efficiency, go ahead and put him on there to go ahead and watch that and give me at least 50% on that to add to that 5%. And we also bring in the two starters, Alfredo and Joel, just to get at least, get them up to 60%, see if there's somebody that we might also want to take with that top 3 pick. But Isaiah Sexton at 41, we might even be able to get him at 70 something. Might be able to hang back, because I don't know how many teams are going to have them on their board. So that'll be a good way to go ahead and get some early talent. Now we go back to go doing a little simming, go ahead and finish up the rest of the month of June. So there's only one more game. We get the win there. Luis Garcia comes back. And then we start up a series here with the Royals as we're getting ever so closer to draft day. And then Tariq Skubal tore rotator cuff during the game, and he will be out for 6 months. I'll tell you, the injury bug always hits us. Last year was Matt Manning constantly getting injured. Here's your Tariq Skubal's already been injured like 3 or 4 times, and this one is a season ender. I don't even know if he'll be back for next season. I don't know how the injuries work, if it'll carry over, but 6 months is a long time. And because of it, I'll have to make a roster move and go ahead and bring back up Joey Wentz, who we've already sent down twice. So this will be the last time I could send him down without having to use the waivers. He's got one more opportunity. So we'll bring him up, put him into the rotation. At first, the first thing I thought to do was, maybe make him the 1 to go ahead and or that's what I ended up doing, just to go ahead and at least put everybody still in their same starting spots. Server is supposed to start that day anyway. And then at least until after the All-Star break. After the All-Star break, I'll switch it back to put him at the 5 and let Luis Severino be the ace of the rotation until we get him back. Now, as you can see, we're down to just our final day before draft day. So let's go ahead and get a quick stat update. See, Akil Baddoo is eclipsed over 100 hits. Austin Meadows is right behind him at 93. Riley Green behind them at 89. And Green and Baddoo both hitting over 300, while Meadows is hitting at 283, which is pretty nice. 13 home runs for Green is good with 36 RBIs. You see Crone at 14. Jonathan's at 20. 58 RBIs, 42 for Meadows and CJ Crone, and the averages. Got a lot of good ones here. We got 5 guys over 300, 2 of them starters. A lot of people, I think only 1, 2, 3, 4 guys under 250 on the team. Now, of course, it hurts that 3 of those 4 are starters, but we'll take those numbers. The team is hitting good as a whole. We are playing good as a whole. A 3.5 WAR for Akil, 3.4 for Riley, 2.1 for Jonathan. A lot of guys with high WAR. You look at the pitching here. A lot of guys eating up a lot of innings with Tariq Skubal before the injury, since he will not be coming back. Got up to an 87 overall. Good development. 18 starts. I think 11 of them ended up being quality. 9-4 record. 93 hits given up. 40 earned runs in 100 innings pitched. 81 strikeouts. 28 walks. 3.48 whip. He was very, very good as our ace of this team, so he will be missed. Luis Severino is our strikeout guy, though, for sure, with 98 of them things. And we only have 5 guys over a 4 ERA, with obviously Joey, we just brought up, having that 7 as a blemish. Jose Cisnero at a 2.1 whip. Hopefully, he can, over time, he'll lower that. You can see the quality starts to game started. Luis Severino is 10 for 18. Tariq Skubal and Matt Manning, 11 for 18, 11 for 17. So we got to go ahead and fix that. Now, another thing I did want to check out, because I know we haven't brought it up, was the top prospects. You see here Brian Adino, who we had a chance to go and draft. Maybe we fluffed up. Great hitting stats all across the board. Good in the field. 80 overall. I didn't want to get him because of Riley Green, but he could have played a different position. I should have probably went there. But we ended up with a top 3 too as well. Morris Jones is number 3 on the board. The only difference is 10 overall points right now. They both have A potentials though. Both are 18. One's at AAA, one's at AA. But I wanted to show you where some of our other prospects range. As we have Luis Hidalgo, who we signed in free agency as a 3rd closer who was young and had good potential. He's actually 16th on the prospect board. Then you go down a little bit more. Jason Shealy, who's actually been struggling this season, is at 22 on the prospect board. So I don't know how the prospect board works. I don't know if it's by how you playing, your overall, your potential. I don't know how they rank these top 50, but Leo Franco is below him. Even though he's got a better overall and been having a better season, he's at 33. Same thing can be said here for Jackson Jobe. B potential 72 overall, but he's lower than both of them. But we do have 5 players in the top 50 as far as those prospects go. And we'll be looking to add on to more of them as we get into the next episode. The next time that we come into this will be draft day, as well as getting into All-Star weekend. You know how we do last year. So if you guys enjoy, You guys are ready for more, man. Make sure you guys hit a like, comment, and subscribe for your boy. And I will catch you guys in the next video. It's been your man, SmooveGotGame, aka SGG, aka GM Smooth. And I'll catch you guys in the next Detroit Tigers rebuild, man. Let me know what you guys think of the episode. And let me know what players you are hyped for us to draft. If any of the ones that you've seen in this episode or in past episodes, who do you think should be that number 3 overall pick? I'll catch you guys in the next video. Your boy's gone.